We're going to run through a test of the Flying Pod app real quick. It's still in development, but I think that I got all the bugs that I had in it resolved, and I'm going to be pushing it to production soon, but I'm going to do a couple more tests before I do that. So we're just going to run through one real quick, or a few real quick. One of them is going to be the sign in. The whole purpose of the Flying Pot was supposed to be an online ordering system for like restaurants and pop-ups, but there's also a ticketing system application that I put in there that allows a pop-up or a restaurant to sell events, and the events that I had in mind was a more customizable personal experience for like dinners. Okay, so here is where you would be adding this is the new feature that I added to the application or to the platform where you're able to upload artwork for your event. I want to use a specific thing that I made because, again, it helps me just visualize someone actually using this application and what they would be going through. Where is it though? See? And I think it's appropriate for the testing of, dinner event ticket sale system while we do this presentation. So event title, I don't know, we'll say Art Lady Dinner. Dinner for art ladies. We could do that, but here in the event description is where we're going to, of course, describe the event. Where they will be talking about how many courses is going to be, what the appetizer, the entree, or the dessert's going to be, and what I was envisioning, depending on what type of dinner event, they might have some type of small entertainment, but that's where you would add it at in the event description. So I'm just going to say dinner for art ladies. Again, creating test data, I get different food items usually. Well, sometimes day to day, and since I test something day to day, I usually just use the food items I got. Today I got samosas from one of my favorite spots in the area and lamb biryani. So that's what we're just going to say for this. But again, this will of course be whatever is going to be served for the dinner event. Biryani, is that how you spell it? And two samosas. Samosas. Yeah? Okay. Pricing for events is different for pricing for events, are different for food items as far as test data goes for me. So for events, it's always at $40, but that can also be, whatever price the event is. Start date and time, pretty self-explanatory. We'll say that it is the 25th of May, 2026. Starts at 5 o'clock p.m. Be there or be square. Seating time is at 4:45, depending on who's hosting it. They might take away your seat. They might hold it, depending if you got that juice. For tickets, again, quantity, I usually always do 20. So we'll do that. I did a test earlier. Add another seating, add another date. Add another seating. I come from food service, hospitality, front of the house, back of the house, mostly front of the house. So that's what I was envisioning when I came up with this, with these features. But you might have multiple seatings for that date on the 25th of May. So you might have two seatings that start, maybe early in the afternoon and one late in the evening. And that's part of the ticketing system, of course. Or you could add another date. Maybe the restaurant or the pop-up is doing like a weekend. So they have 3 days with two seatings each day, so they're able to add that information right here as part of the event creation. Right here is where you would put where the address is. If you're the restaurant, there's the button where you can just use the store location that you already created from the store that we created earlier. But I test that button and it's been kind of finicky, so that's one thing that I did write down that I do need to fix. That hasn't been successful, so I'm just going to make up some test data here again. See, I don't like 4, 5, 6, 7. It's got to be something like that. Haney Street. What is that? I don't know. We'll say it's Seattle again. State, Washington. Again, just giving the information of where these dinners are going to take place or where these events are going to take place. Event creation for the user. I struggle with coming up with the test data for the zip codes because I don't know a bunch of different zip codes. I don't like how that one looks. We'll call it like that. Oh. See? Country, we'll say United States. You know, if someone, a host that's on the move, you know, sometimes over here, sometimes over there. So I want to take that into consideration when I'm thinking about, you know, selling these dinner events or these events. So we'll save the event. We got the artwork. We got the location. We got the dinner information. So we're going to save the event. Test that. It says event added successful. This is where you find the event for the user. And there it is. There's the artwork for the event. Here's the event title, some of the description of what's going on with it, the price. And that's just for the seller of the event. That's for the host of the event. I'm going to sign in to another account to see if we can purchase that event. And we'll be able to mark those completed for the test. Let's see here. Allison is one of the strategies that I use for test data. It's either Allie or Allison, which is like the sister of this girl that I used to date. And there's really no rhyme or reason why I use her name, but I think I like the double L's of it. So it's usually either Allison or Allie. So we're going to go to the store and purchase the event that I just made from the other user. And I think that is, oh yeah, Zumo's Barbecue. So Zumo's Barbecue would be the host. So we go to that store to find the event. And here you see this is the barbecue ribs, the food item that we created earlier. So that's what's on their menu. Of course, they'd have multiple or more, or maybe not, but they'd have more food items. But when we scroll down here, we can find the event. We'll go ahead. We see that there's only one seating. There's only they're only going to do one seating for one day, the 25th or 26th. We're going to go ahead and put quantity in here. One of the things I know already, I don't know what happened because this is an update of an app that I made like a long time ago. Hold on real quick. The other camera only records for like 20 minutes and then I got to change it around. Oh, I haven't been checking the sound on this. I hope it's not been shitty. Okay, so all of these features, all of these functions were working before I stopped working on this platform because I had been working on Edit Farmers, the carrot download most recently. And before I started working on that, I had tested everything on this platform and it all functioned correctly. But for whatever reason, when I opened it up recently to run through it, because I'm going to dovetail it with along the release of Edit Farmers, the carrot download, some random features weren't working. One of them is the quantity because, of course, as part of the system, when you purchase it, it should take away the max tickets amount. But for whatever reason, it's failing right now. But I know that already, so we're going to do that. But it gives you a quick little summary. We did... yeah, I don't know why I put it there twice. I guess I pressed it twice maybe. But since I have two different ones here, I'm just going to delete one. We could get 4 if we wanted to, but we're just going to do this right now. Food item edit tip. Edit tip. I was thinking more for food items, maybe not for the event. Maybe someone wants a tip later. But we're just going to test the tipping function right now. We're going to say, what's a good tip? We'll say $12 tip. It's going to be a good dinner. Making up names for the credit card again. I don't know why, but I actually have to come up with, I just come up with it on the spot and I kind of have more fun with it. So we'll say Berry Hen. And we'll use a test card. Run through it. Process payment. Okay, payment succeeded. This is a ticket box for the user that just purchased the event. This is the information that you'd be giving to the host so they can check you off on the list back on the host account. There's a way to keep track of that. So actually, let's go there right now before we end the test for today. Or this session's test, I should say. So we're going to go back in here. Manage. We're going to go to the event and see what's going on. Let's make sure the information came through there. So here's the event that we created and the event orders purchased by Allison Lowe. She purchased 2 tickets. We're looking for these tickets to be I'll have to look into that too, the failed to update ticket status. But this is where you be knocking off, like they come up and show you the ticket thing and then you count them present. So most of everything was testing successful. One thing that we have to fix is the ticket status. And then we also have to look into the used store location. So that concludes the test for this session for the Flying Pot. Maybe later to be named something else, but for right now, the Flying Pot platform. Peace.